It's been 1 week since we brought the chickens home to W&W Farms. And let's just say, setup that we had for our old chickens ain't gonna work. The boards are rotten, the pad's unlevel, and if we're gonna do this right, the chickens need a real run, and fast, because they're gonna be old enough to move in like 4 weeks. So today we're leveling dirt, we're replacing bad wood, and we're setting posts. And we're trying to get this thing framed up before the weather turns and all the predators start snooping around. So, watch the video. First thing I had to do was level the pad, because it wasn't level, and I had to get the water away from the building so the water wasn't running up in the building. So before I even started about framing, I had to get in there with the tractor and shave all that dirt back and start getting the spot where it needed to be. Once the dirt started looking better, it was time to get all them rotten boards gone and start building this thing back the right way. We're working on the pads to get it level. I've had to shave this back. Now I gotta push this dirt and kind of make it where the water will drain more that way instead of towards the building. After that, we started replacing all the bad boards on the building side, getting our baseboards in, and finally making some real progress. Then came the part where it finally actually started looking like a real chicken run. Setting posts, backfilling with pea gravel, and getting the skeleton of this thing in place. End of the first day, setting posts. We got our baseboards run, pressure treated 4x4s, backfilled with pea gravel. We got our 3 new boards put on the house because the other boards were rotten. Come back again tomorrow, keep on working at it. Finally starting to look less like a pile of lumber and more like an actual chicken run. We had the post set, the base was tied in, and the shape of this whole thing was starting to come together. By the way, y'all like my rooster shirt? I wore it just for this video. Call me Rooster. Next up was getting the rafters on, and once them things started going up, you really see this thing start to come to life. And the way the Mississippi weather can turn around here, I really wanted to tie this thing together right. Look at that. I did that. Yeah, I put some rafters on that thing. Sure did. With some hurricane ties. We spaced them out, tied them down with hurricane ties, and started getting the top side ready for a roof. It may just be a chicken run, but I'd rather overbuild it now than fix it later. And then there's the part you really can't ignore when you got chickens. Predators. Possums, skunks, foxes, monkeys, and anything else looking for an easy meal. They're gonna try to find a way into any gap you got. So I was framing this thing up, I was already thinking ahead. I was like, I need my hardware cloth, I gotta close up all the gaps, and just really making sure nothing can crawl in at night and eat the chickens. Hey guys, nice to see y'all today. Glad y'all could interrupt my talking head video. Yeah, good job. See, what else we got here? Once the frame was up, the next step was getting ready for the tin roof. That's when it really starts turning from a frame into a finished run. We're gonna put some tin roof on this sucker this weekend. Yep. I might cut some 2x4s right here and put in between here so the possums and stuff can't get in. So by the end of it, this thing really started looking like what I envisioned in my head from the beginning. And what started out as just a wet spot beside the she shed, starting to turn into an actual chicken run. We got the pad shaped up, we replaced some rotten boards, we set the posts, we ran the baseboards, and we got all the rafters tied in. Yeah, that's what we did, Toby. We got them rafters tied in, didn't we? Yes, we did. My goat's name's Toby. So, really not bad for a couple days' work, huh? But we're not done yet. We gotta get the tin on, we gotta get the hardware cloth on, we gotta close in all the weak spots, and really make sure this thing's ready for chickens. Because Mama's not gonna be happy if the possums eat all my chickens again. I'm not much concerned about this thing looking good, as I am much concerned about keeping the predators away from my chickens. This is gonna be a prime time chicken coop. Prime time right here. Put coops in there. Chicken runs out here. Anyway, still a little bit more to do, but it's finally starting to come together. In the next episode, we're gonna be putting the tin roof on and staining and all that fun stuff, you know? So, we are one step closer to getting these chickens into a chicken run that'll actually last. Y'all come on back now, you hear? Kiki!